First on 10. In the midst of a federal corruption probe, House Speaker Gordon Fox says that he will return to the Rhode Island General Assembly. Good evening, I'm Patrice Wood.
And I'm Gene Valicenti. Fox spoke face-to-face with NBC 10 political reporter Bill Rappleye, who broke the story online this afternoon. Bill, first we've heard from him in weeks.
Oh, for sure, Gene and Patrice. Fox pretty much has disappeared from sight since the raid on his offices and house a month ago. He freely admits this ordeal has been hard on him, and I tell you can see it in his face. He remains upset enough about the whole thing. He did not feel he could even face the camera, but said he absolutely plans on continuing his job as a state representative. His seat in the House chamber has remained empty since federal officials raided then Speaker Gordon Fox's State House office March 21st. Most thought his chair would remain empty while he deals with the investigation, but when I knocked on the locked door of his law office, surprisingly, he answered it today. He spoke with me off camera and said he will be returning to the State House. There's no legal obligation for him to do so. We checked the laws, but his constituents wish he would take his seat and vote.
No, I think it's very unfair to the people who live in this area. I think we need representation, and regardless of what's going on in the rest of his life, I think he owes us representation.
Fox said that he chose not to be in the chamber till now because he did not want to distract from the transition that took place after he resigned from the speakership. He did tell me the investigation made him feel like he was kicked in the gut and that his life was turned upside down. He says, though, he feels he has a responsibility to his district and intends to attend and vote throughout the rest of this session. Fox does not plan on running for re-election, and his house is up for sale. One candidate aiming to replace him says she's glad he's going back to vote.
I'm hopeful that he would go back and vote on those things of importance for this legislative session.
Now, I asked Fox when he might return, whether he might even come back as soon as this week. He knows he will be the focus of the news the night that he does go back, but when I asked him when, he only held up crossed fingers. So it will clearly depend on when he feels he's ready. I'm Bill Rappleye, NBC 10 News in the newsroom.